Well, it's about 6:40 a.m. and it's only 32 degrees. So it's a little warmer today. A little warmer today. And the forecast for like next Saturday is like in the 70s. Yeah. Yeah, Friday and Saturday are supposed to be in the 70s. Okay. Then it cools down again back to the 50s, 60s and 50s. Yeah, but that's this time of year. Temperatures fluctuate. Anyway, I got some bad news to tell you. The bad news or sad news is that the little kitten that we have had running around here is it's no longer running around. The other day I noticed it was sick. It was real skinny and was always meowing. I don't know what was wrong with it, but the last 2 days I haven't seen it. So it must have went off and died somewhere. I think the sun's coming up over there somewhere. I don't see it yet. It's just the sunrise is supposed to be about 5 minutes ago. There's a jet going somewhere. Probably going to Atlanta. Anyway, that's sad. I like that little kitten. I don't know what happened to it. Just the other day, I noticed it. It was walking funny, and that was about 2 or 3 days ago. And the next day, I saw it. When I came up to eat, it was crying, meowing a lot, and then it was so skinny, so skinny. Then after that, I didn't see it again. I waited a day or two before I realized it must crawl off and died someplace. Yeah, that's life for cats. I don't know what happened to it. It just was sick. Yeah. Well, like I said. Anyway, Mama Cat's still here, and hopefully she'll give kittens again, and they'll survive longer. She had two kittens this spring, and I guess when the kitten was the female kitten that looked more like her was about a month old, something got it. I'm not sure. I think it was a raccoon or something got it. That's my guess. I didn't see it happen, but I heard a commotion one night, and out there on the porch. There's a sun coming up over there somewhere. I just don't see it yet. Anyway, that's life. Yeah, I got plenty of male cats. Right? The neighbors' cats come around to breed this cat. So she'll give some more kittens eventually. There's the kettles. Today I got some more. I got to go back to the big pasture and follow up on the fence work that I did out there yesterday. Verify that it's still everything's working. I might make a few change or two. Yeah, to the way the fence is working. But I'll see when I get out there. I can see the sun's over there somewhere with the glow behind the trees there. Or should I say above the trees. But it's eventually though, depending, oh, I think I see it. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there it is. It's hard to point to it. Right there. Okay, there's that tall tree. And there's that tall tree. Right about there. That's where the sun, I can see the sun peeking through. Right about there. Yeah, it's peeking through. It just broke the horizon. Just barely. Yeah. Okay, that's another day started. Another day. At least today's gonna be better. Should be in the 60s today. And right now there's no wind. So it's chilly, it's 32, but without the wind, it's not so bad. It's pretty nice. It's like they're having the air conditioner on. Yeah, the sun's a little higher now. I'll come back later. Well, cattle are out eating something. Eating some grass. Wait, deer. Told you. There's a deer. Hi, deer. Where's the rest of you? Huh? That's it. Jump over my fence. There you go. Usually where there's one, there's others. Maybe they're up there already. See, the deer don't mind the cattle, and the cattle don't mind the deer. I'm just looking for some more. There's hardly ever just one. Huh. I see the sun's hitting the tree over here. Sun's hitting the tree above me here, and there, and way out there. Yeah, sun's up, and so am I. Yeah, I can see the sun. I can see the sun poking out through the tree there, right above that tree, right about. It's hard to get a good look at it. It's not up high enough. Yeah, I see the sun sitting over those trees over there too. Oh, hey, there's a spot. Oh, I see it now. Ah, there it is. I could actually point to it. I could see it in the camera now. I can see it with my eyes easier. Yeah, there it is. Morning, son. Yeah, I'm up. Yeah. There's another jet. That's different from the other one. Everybody's going somewhere. That one's going farther south, probably. Probably somewhere in Florida. Yeah. Where is? Yeah, I'm sure that deer's hanging around up there. I saw a whole bunch of deer last night, though. Right after sunset. Yeah, I even saw that big stag down in my pasture bottom. Yeah, along the south fence there. Yeah. Hello, son. Shine on. Warm up today. Wait. Oh, that's Mama Cat. I thought I heard a kitten. It was just Mama Cat. What happened to your baby? What happened to your baby? Miss your baby? I do. Huh. I think I know where it is, but sometimes they just crawl off and die someplace. Yeah, but I'm gonna look around the porch. It probably can't be too far. I'm sure it would have stayed next to its mama if it could. But I may never find it. Yeah. I just saw that it was sick. And now it's gone. There, they still got hay. They got plenty of hay. Till this weekend. Today only Wednesday. Only a few more days to go. And I'll give them another one. Along with the cattle out there in the big pasture. Yeah. Sun's higher now. I can see it through the trees. Yeah, she's following me again. Well, she always follows me. But now her kit's not following her like she used to, like it used to. Yeah, sun's up now, shining on everything. Of course, I'm still in the shade of the house. Should be a nicer day today without the wind. Oh yeah, I can take this. There are no clouds right now. Yeah, it's just me and the mama cat today. Little kitten's gone somewhere. Yeah. It's not old enough to be running off looking for females. I think it was a male. I'm not sure even. I wasn't even sure. I just guessed. Yeah, sun's hitting this tree. Yeah, I don't like it when cats disappear. Well, can't do nothing about it. Alright, just wait for the next batch. And I'm sure she'll have another batch eventually. Hopefully she learns that this is, I think this was their, I don't know if this was their first batch or, I think this was their first, yeah, this was their first kittens. And I think she had two. Or she at least ended up with two. And then that one got lost, or that one got, well, they just disappear early on. And then now this one's gone. Less than 6 months old, I think. Maybe more than 6. I forget when it was born. Okay, I'll just go wait a while till the sun's a little higher before I go out to the big patch. Look at this. Look at the sun is getting, the shadows are getting shorter, and they're moving toward me. The rays of the sun are moving toward me now. Or should I say the light? The light is approaching. You can watch it grow. You can watch the shadows shorten. Or I am. Yeah, the shadows are getting shorter. Should be a nice day today. Maybe I'll think of something else to do today too, besides checking the big pasture fences. We'll see. Yeah, because this good weather won't last forever. Sooner or later, mama cat's coughing. Probably got a hairball. Yeah. Yeah, sooner or later the weather's going to turn nasty. Yeah, I saw in the news, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that's this cold weather, this cold air that I got, it was worse up north around the Great Lakes. I think northern Indiana, maybe Ohio, somewhere around there. Chicago too, yeah. They're all getting lake effect snow. Yeah, that's, some places got over a foot of lake effect snow with the cold air blowing across the lakes, Great Lakes, blows that snow in. Yeah, it's not snow from a cloud, it's the snow from the lake. That's why they call it lake effect. At least that's what they said on the news. Yeah, the cold air blows across the lakes, which are a little bit warmer, and they generate snow. Yeah, they've had it before though, but they said this was early. They haven't had it this early for a long time. So anyway, no snow for me. That's good. All right, I gotta go back in the house. I'm getting a little chilly here. Okay, cat, stop coughing. All right, I'll come back out later when the sun's brighter and warmer. What you doing? Huh? You got a hairball? Yeah. Cough it out. Come on. Come on. That's it. Go do something. All right. See you later, cat. Sun's almost to the road. Yeah. Yeah. I needed a good sunny day to warm things up. Yeah, I can't believe it's going to be in the 70s by Saturday. That'll be nice. I have to think of something to do. There's the cattle. 300ers on the bale. White bull over there and the black bull up there. And it won't be long. That's something I can do this weekend. Yeah, I think I'll get some corn. I think I'll get some corn in town, and then ground corn, and then I'll move the cattle trailer out to the big pasture corral, and then I'm going to collect that milk thief calf and bring it up here, and I'm going to lock it up in the barn with that one there for at least a week till it's weaned, and I hope it won't get out. It knows that one. It grew up at that one, so that's what I'll do this weekend when it's warmer. Yeah, I'll catch her. Yeah, good. Take some stress off that red cow that she's been stealing milk from. And it's a big calf too. And the red cow's trying to feed her own calf, and that big calf is trying to stealing milk from her. Okay, that's the plan. Oh, the sun's over the trees already. Yeah, it's probably around 7. Yeah, the sun's high enough to actually make a difference now. Yeah, now it's going to warm up stuff. I'll come back later when I go out to the big pasture. I'm not ready for that yet. It's 47 degrees at around 10 a.m. So it's warming up, almost 48. I've got something to do today. Let's get started. Sun is out bright today, so looking good, and it's not much wind. That's even better. And cattle are up on top here, so I'm going to give them a bucket of pears. Give them a treat today. And I see my bucket. Yeah, I think she's pregnant. She's got a big belly. And it's not just hay. You saw my bucket of pears, huh? Yeah. You know what that is. You're waiting, aren't you? That's what you want. She's got a big belly too, so I don't know. I don't know who's bred or who's not. There's Mama Cat. No baby. No kitten anymore. I don't see it. Haven't seen it for a couple of days. Oh well. It survived a little while. Okay, let's give them some pears before they get restless. Looks like Blacky's now getting it. I'll go. I've got some left in the bucket. I'll throw them over there for him. Far enough away where they won't bother him too much. Right away, anyway. Oh, he's got the runs. Huh. Oh, he found some pears though. He found the pears. They already cleaned them up over here. Now they're working their way down that way. Yeah, I made 2 piles over here for him, but the other one found them first because they ate them up fast over there. They're still cleaning them up on that end now. Yeah, she looks like she's got a belly, a bigger belly. Even that big heifer, old heifer there, has a bigger belly, but that's probably because she's never had a calf before. Sorry, boy, you got a taste. I don't know about the old mama cow because he keeps trying to breed her every 3 weeks or so. So I don't think she's bred. I know she don't have much of a belly either, do you? Oh, I got a rock or something in my shoe. Sorry, boy. You got one. Hey, mama cat. What happened to your baby? You don't know, do you? Neither do I. I know it was sick a few days ago. Yeah, but there's nothing I could do for it. It looked like it was just skinny. So I don't know if it had a digestive problem or what. Well, that's all I can do here. I'm going to get ready to go out to the big pasture today. Again, got some work to do out there. It's after 10 a.m. already. Wind's picking up a little bit. Yeah. Wind's starting to blow from the west, northwest. A little cooler air, but it's supposed to be warm today. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to get ready to go out to the big pasture. Collect my tools. Well, after I do a little work on the fence at the big pasture, today I decided I'm going to take the chainsaw out there and cut a few trees down that are in my way, if I can. First I'm going to fix this chain. While I was out there yesterday on the east end down in the bottom, I found this rock in the woods, so I brought it up to my rock collection. Here's my rock collection up here. That's the one I just put in today. I've been collecting these other ones here now and then when I see something a little bit interesting. These bigger rocks here I found when they were doing some digging. When they dug that pond out, I don't know if it was this pond here or the pond down in the bottom, but I know these two were from the pond down in the bottom. I think those are mostly sandstone. That one too, but that one there's from the farm. We used to play on that when we were kids. It was out in the woods, not too far from that big pond. Just down from the pond, and it was surrounded by trees, and we used to play on it. And when I bought this house, I had my brother help me to move it here because it's heavy. And someday I might move it back to the farm. Put it in the front yard once the family agrees where to put it. Yeah, it belongs on the farm, but I brought it here. I thought it was good luck. And it might be. It's a different kind of stone. I don't know what it is, but Over the years, when I was younger, I tried busting it with a sledgehammer. Just get a piece off. I couldn't bust nothing off of it. It's so hard. So I just let it go. It's got weathering on it. It's got a lot of weathering on it. I think it's a piece of granite myself. I'm not sure. I was going to have it tested someday. But like I said, I can't get a piece. I can't break a piece off. Well, just leave it alone. It's actually bigger than it looks because it's sunk in the ground. Okay, that's enough of that. First thing I do is take the chain off. The old one, because it's wore down. Hard to tell, but that's the old chain on the saw. And this is an older chain too, older than this one. But I must have replaced it because it was getting dull. But this one's a lot duller than this one now because the teeth are a lot shorter now. Yeah, the teeth are a lot shorter. So I'm going to replace, and it's not cutting good. So I'm going to replace it with this one and sharpen it. I keep sharpening that one, but I think I wore it down too much. Yeah, I should probably just buy a new one. Yeah, but I'm going to salvage this one if I can. Put that one on and see how it works. The main problem with the chainsaw is it's hard to start and hard to keep running. But that's another problem. Okay, it's time to change the chain. Well, that's part way done. Let's take the old one off and put the new one on. I got it apart. Let's take the old chain off and put the, I wouldn't say new, the other chain on that's less wore out. I got the old chain off. Let's see if I can put the, I wouldn't call it, it's not new, it's just a better, less wore out chain. Let's put that on. Okay, I've got the better chain put on. I hope it's better. It's got longer teeth on it. That one there's got really short teeth. It's been years and years and years since I had that chain on there. And I had that one on there. I used that one before, but I don't know why I stopped using it. Pretty sure that one was new when I got it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll make do with what I got for now. I may have to buy a new one of these days. But I don't got that much stuff, so I don't need it very often. I got the other chain on, and I sharpened it as best as I could, and then I'm going to put some gas and oil in too. Topped off the gas and oil. Gas there and oil there. Yeah. Put the caps back on and ready to go. I'm going to take a chance and not try to start it here. I'll start it when I get it out there when I need it. And I just hope it starts. Was it last year or the year before I had trouble with the pull thing. The pull thing broke. I got an old cord off of the lawnmower, but for some reason it was too long. So I think the spring, the coil is wore out inside there, but it's still, I can still get it started. Might take a while or some effort, but we'll see. Just have to wait and see. Okay, I'm ready to go. Oh, wait, I got to get some insulator. Oh, I don't have any insulators. I looked for them yesterday. Yeah, I got plenty of black ones. I'll use them if I need them. Okay, I'm ready to head out to big pasture. I want to work on the fence first. I got a small adjustment I want to make until I get another charger for the south fence. They're all eating some grass. That's good. At least they're getting a little variety, a little hay, a little grass. That's good. Okay, I got work to do out here. Looks like my neighbor is going to haul bales. That's the kind of bale carrier I need for round bales. I need something like that. That way I won't have to get my brother to help me with his trailer, his flatbed. Yeah, I've seen those on YouTube videos. I like those. Yeah. Yep, everything costs money, which I don't have. Well, there's all the cattle. They're all spread out, enjoying the sunshine. Hey, I had to take my sweatshirt off. I'm sweating. Yeah, that's, see, that was 48, so it's in the 50s. I'm sure it's in the 50s by now. That was an hour ago. Hey, Bully, are you hiding behind that rose bush? I sprayed that rose bush, so I'm hopefully it won't come back. And one of these days I'm going to clean this mess up here. Those old culverts, those sectional culverts, concrete. There was a culvert there. Look, this is right after I bought this property here. They replaced this culvert down between my house and the farm. The road people changed it, and they just left this in the ditch or somewhere. And I asked them if I could have it. They said yeah, because they don't use these kind no more. They use the metal ones. So I rolled it. I was able to roll them onto my trailer. Just be able to fit. I rolled them on, and I rolled them off, and I was able to. My first crossing here, I didn't have this concrete here. I just had a drive-through, and I put that culvert down in there, and or maybe I put the riprap in first. Anyway, I put the culvert in there, had some riprap on it. I think the riprap was first. I just used riprap, great big rocks like these here. That's probably where these came from, those and those. That's what I had down in there, a layer of that stuff. And then I got this, that way the water could just flow over it when it flooded. But I wanted a culvert in there, because that's what they did over there on that thing there. They got that culvert on over there, metal one. So I got these, I rolled them down in there. I backed the trailer up in here and backed it up. That's before I had this. That's before I had this fence in here. And I was able to position all those culverts in there, and then cover it up with riprap. And then I covered. Well, the riprap was already there. I've been using it, but I wanted some kind of a drainage in there, pipe. So I dug out some of the riprap by hand, set the culverts in there, and then I put the riprap back on top, and then I covered all the riprap with concrete. I think that was a mistake because the next flood that came washed out the concrete, which is over here and here, and I had to hire somebody to dig all that out. Well, the riprap probably stayed, but I had them dig the culvert out because it was all messed up. And that's when I decided to build this thing. Yeah, it took a while to build this, but I got it. I did most of it myself. The only thing I needed help was to help pour the concrete on top and the sides and everything. I built forms and everything. Well, I had to buy some of these great big culverts, big square ones. I think I had 2 of them. I think 2. And then I had to hire a track hoe to carry them, and they were just buried at the limit of a track hoe to carry it from the road. Yeah, but they were to set it, and I took it from there. I just needed help to put the concrete on. But that's not why I came out here. Anyway, I like to ramble on, don't I? Cattle are comfortable today, so am I. Nice day today. Just a gentle breeze, which feels good, and the sun's shining, so and I don't need a coat. Let's do some work on this fence. Some of the that's some of the concrete I had on top of the riprap, and since it got busted apart when the flood came, I pushed it off to the side when I was building the rest of it. That one too. Yeah. Anyway. Hello, Bully. Nothing to breed today, huh? Just taking a break. All right. Okay, let's go do something on the fence first. Let's see what I'm going to do. Well, since I have to jump the north fence to the south fence down there, and the south fence also powers this by way of that gate hook over there by the controller, and that powers that little gate hook powers the fence going up the road, and then it comes back here, and then it jumps across that gate. Jumps across that gate or goes underneath the gate and then powers this. So to take some of the load off the north fence so it won't have to power so much fence, because it's already powering most of the whole south fence and the north fence. I decided to see if I could get some electric from there. I used to have it go across the creek anyway, across the bridge, and then I can get it hooked to here, and then I can hook this across, and I can power this fence and all the way up the road with the fence over there, which is working good. That's my goal. So first thing I do is hook that up. If I can. I can see my house from here. Blue and brown. Brown on top, blue on the bottom. Yeah. I can see the roof of my shed, barn. I can also see a shadow on the water. Shadow on the water looks so lovely. That's sunshine in it. The sunshine is making the shadow. Okay, gotta work. Now this is how I used to turn the fence on over there, and I'm going to do it again. The stump is almost in my way, but it's okay. What I do, I got the fence going across, so that part's okay. When I want to turn this fence is on, so when I want to turn this one on, I just take it from there. I hook it up here, because that's on over here. That's all I have to do, and that'll actually make the fence tighter, which will bring it up a little bit more, so avoid that stump. Now I gotta do something else. It's already noon. And it's pretty warm out today. Warm for me compared to the last couple of days. Cattle are cooling off in the water, like they always do when it's hot. Not so much to get a drink, but just to cool off. They don't have to worry about, I don't think there's any flies. But they'll be coming back, I guess. Anyway, I'm almost done with my fence adjustment. I don't have it hooked up yet. It's not energized. I'm going to be hooking it to that fence over there on the west fence by the road. Once that's energized, it's going to feed to that. Then it's going to go to that gate post, and I got a, what do you call it? Insulated wire to hook to the other fence that I put across the gate. Yeah, I got it fixed up so only the gate will be on. So the electric will go from here to there, around the post, and then over to there. That way I can energize this side. I don't need this energized because I don't have the cattle in here. I don't need that one on, but I could turn it on if I want to. But for right now, I just wanted to go across this gate to there. Once it comes across, it'll hit that insulator. I got this fence disconnected. Yeah, only hooked there. Then I'll go from there to over here with the gate hook. That way I can energize this area here and up the road on this side of the gate. Yeah, and from the gate up the road, and all the way back to the gate hook, because I can take the gate hook and not have it hooked to the fence, the south fence. So let me fix that now.
That's how that'll be hooked up. That should be on right now because it's being on from there, but I'm going to reverse it and have it go from there to here and then over to there when I'm done. Yeah, they're content. So there's 3 less animals going through the winter. Well, actually 5, because the white bull and the black bull are up at the house. So the 3 that I sold plus those 2, of course that the white bull he was taken away last year. This year the black bull. So this year, okay, let's just say 4 animals were. It's 4 less animals than in the summer. Well, I unhooked I unhooked this gate hook from this here that gets power from this here, from that bottom insulator. It's tied to that fence. That ain't tied to nothing. That's just nothing. Yeah. See, it's just a dummy. Yeah. When I want to power it, I hook it onto the bottom. But before I unhooked it from the power down here, I checked the fence over here, and I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't get nothing. It was working last night, but I couldn't get nothing today. So I unhooked it, checked it again, and now I got power. That's all. Still thinking there's some kind of a ground through here, so I'm gonna walk around here first before but now that this is unhooked, the power is not going to come from here. This fence, because this fence is being powered right now by the north fence up there. I did that yesterday, or should I say last night. Anyway, I'm going to leave it like that, but since it's off, I'm going to walk up there and walk up the road and check everywhere here and all the way to the bridge. Got to go back to the bridge anyway, because that's where the power is going to come from now. Since I got that hooked up over there, it's going to be powered from this side across the bridge, across the gate, and then come back here and go up there and come down here. That way I lessen the load on the north fence by powering all this here. This here will still be powered by the north fence until I get a new charger. But for right now, I got to find out where the ground is. I checked the fence going up the road. I tightened up some fences, but there was no ground anywhere. I just tightened up some fences. I tightened up this top one here, and I tightened up that top one over there. The deer when they jump over here, because I know they've been on this road. I see their tracks. They jump over here. Actually, they cross over there on that fence, but that fence will be turned. That's still off. I only turn that fence on that side down there when I let the cattle in here. But there's no grass to eat here, so they don't need to come in. So the deer come across here, go up here, then they jump there or jump here or jump there. Yeah, they jump everywhere. And they keep hitting that top wire and stretching it. Anyway, that's this fence there. From here all the way around, the south fence is powered by the north fence at the moment, at the current time. Eventually, look at the cobwebs. Cobwebs are streaming across there. Anyway, I got that fence unhooked there that goes up that way. The power's this side. I got it unhooked from the power on that fence. So now I got to check this fence. There must be a ground here someplace. I just don't know where. Anyway, the cattle looks like they came out of the water, but they're just lounging around. They must have full bellies. chewing their cud mostly. The ones I see are chewing their cud. There's the red cow. She has to eat extra. She needs extra nutrition because where is it? That calf right there. That's the milk thief. I'm going to try to get her up to the house this weekend. I'm going to get some corn from town, ground corn, and then I'm going to get the trailer and take it up to the corral and set it up to get them to come in. If I can get her to go in by herself, that'd be fine. Because I only want her away from this cow, so that cow has a chance to regain some weight that she's lost from having 2 calves nursing off of her. She's got her own, and now that milk thief is stealing her milk. No grounds so far. These bulls and the red cow are up there eating. This heifer here is chewing her cud. Look at that mama cow. I don't know if she's standing or sitting down there. I can't tell. She looks like she's sitting, but hope she can get out of there. Yeah, they're out chewing her cud. Except the milk thief. She probably wants some more milk. Everybody else is chewing their cud except the bully and those two. They're eating some more. Yeah. Don't worry, milk thief. I'll get you up to the barn. Pin you up for a week or so. With black bull. Yeah. Break your habit of stealing milk. Oh, got a little bit of fence left to check. If there's a ground, I hope I can find it. I think I know why it was grounded. Because I had this hooked up wrong. Yeah. That's for when I don't want it to be on. Just to hold this. I had these wires wrapped around here, which grounded it to this post. And then I had that when I was checking it over by the closer to the charger. I had that gate hooked up to the fence. So when I was testing this here piece here was grounding it there. So, but either way, I was still going to do it. Yeah. Anyway, once I get all done hooking that, I need something way that will mark that so I don't run into it. I got to look for something. I know what I do. I got something. I think she's standing. Yeah, I think she's standing. She's pretty deep though. She's deep in that water. She's comfortable. She's comfortable. Everybody's relaxing on a day like today. Enjoying the nice temperature. Not cold, not hot, just right. I got work to do, so I better get going. Okay, I got the gate hook hooked up to that fence over there. So when I hook the other one up, I got a white bag on there. That'll help me see it, I hope. I wish I had a yellow pole. I'm gonna go look for a yellow pole somewhere. I got a yellow pole over there. I think I'll use it. I'll tie it to the fence. Anyway, I'm going to turn the fence on. Over here. First I'm going to check it before I hook it up and then after I hook it up. It works the same. Before I hooked it up, the tester's there. Worked good before I hooked it up, and it works the same after I hooked it up. So be sure I checked it here. Gate hook's hooked there. goes across from there, goes behind the gate, and goes is hooked up to that fence over there. So it's powered by that charger across the creek. Comes here, and I tested it here. It works good here too. I figured it would. If it works on, if it worked good over there, it should work over here. Now that fence ain't on from there. That fence ain't on there. I don't need it to be on. But the problem is, if I unhook this fence here, that fence will be on. So my best bet is to unhook it there when I come through. That way this fence will be off, and then I can hang it on the gate. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I want to get a yellow pole tied there anyway. I think I'll see that yellow pole. Yeah, that'll work. Right now I got it unhooked over there. That turns it off. Also turns it off when I hook this. But if that's hooked up to be on, this will be on too, even after I unhook it. So best to unhook it over there. Yeah. Anyway, oh, I almost forgot my tester. What was I gonna say? Okay, so now this fence is powered by the other side, by that charger on that side, and it goes down to this gate, goes up the road, goes across the oiler, and comes back down to that gate hook down there, past the gate. Yeah, because it's not tied to this one, or that one. It's not tied to the south fence anymore. Or this one's not tied to the south fence, it's tied to this charger there. So until I get a new charger for that one. Okay, let's do some other work now since I'm down here. Fence work is done, I think. And when I open that gate there, I hook it to the wire gate. I hook it to the pipe gate. Oh, I got my tools on top of that post. I need to get those. Looks like the cattle are moving out. Got a thorn tree here, but I don't think I want to mess with the thorn tree today. Yeah. Got some other trees I want to cut down, but not another thorn tree. Yeah, some of them already went up to the top. So I'm going to follow them. Me and my shadow got some work to do up there. Okay, up the pasture road I'll go. There they go. Here's a white bully. And there must be some grass in there that they're picking at. Yeah. I'm tired already. Sunshine makes me sleepy. Sunshine. How'd that go? Anyway, I got work to do up there. Let's get up to the top. Well, I'm at the top, but I'm not going to open the gate yet. I'm not going through yet. I got work to do on something up here on this side of the gate. I mentioned this before. I want to cut this tree out, that tree there, the little one there, and that tree there, that brownish one. Looks like it got broke off on top. Anyway, I'm going to cut them out. They ruin my view when I'm up near the above the pasture road. Yeah. And since I'm cutting, I might as well cut this one out too. It's half dead anyway. Okay, these will be easy, these three. But that's working on the hill. I forgot how much I want them to fall in the ditch. I'm gonna see if I can make that one fall this way, or even that way. If I can get it to fall that way, most of the weight's leaning that way, so I don't know how it's gonna work. But it'll fall somewhere. I don't think the hard part's going to be cutting the trees down. I think the hard part is getting this chainsaw started. Let me get on with it, see what happens. Didn't get the chainsaw started yet, but I'm working on it. Takes a while, I hope I can start it. I'm ready to like to cut some trees today. Some other ones are already up there. I don't see Mama Cow. She must still be in the water. I hope she's okay. There's the milk thief. I'll be bringing her up. Hopefully this weekend. See what they do to cedar trees? Even the small ones. They like to scratch their head on them. Yeah. Yeah, even the small ones. Okay. Nice view out here. Let's see if my arm gets tired of pulling the cord on the chainsaw, but okay, let's go. Let's try again. I finally got it running a couple times, but I can't keep it going. Maybe my fuel's too old. Maybe I should mix some new fuel. Yeah, there's a red cow up there on the hill, and there's that milk thief, and that's her red cow's calf right there. So whenever the red cow's calf goes to nurse, I'm sure that one will go with her. He's just waiting, I think. Waiting for the red one, waiting for the red cow's calf to make the first move. I'm gonna check on him later. Starting that chainsaw is a pain. I got it going a couple times, maybe 3. Yeah, and it was running for a little while. Couldn't do nothing with it. I mean, I was just trying to get it to warm up and run on its own. But after a while, after about 30 seconds or so, it just dies. I don't know what's wrong with it. Come on, chainsaw. Do your job. I'm trying to do mine. There it goes. Oh well, I think I can use it now though. There's an old stump. I don't know why I cut it so high. But it's a hard wood. It's been cut for many, many years. Yeah, probably 20 or 30 years. The wood's still good, more or less. Anyway, I cut some of them smaller ones down. I made it up here. I gotta cut some of these branches off, otherwise they're gonna hold the tree back when it falls. Yeah, at least that one. That might be the only one. But I need to cut some of them off there to get down to, I want to cut that one first. It's on a steep hill. Maybe I should cut it from down below. Maybe I'll do that. Let me take a look at it first. No, I can't get to it. I need to cut these out. Cut these off. Then I'll cut it up high. I'll cut it down low some other time. Main thing, get it cut down. Yeah. I cut all those elm limbs off with a handsaw because that's a very steep hill there, and I don't want to be standing there with a chainsaw and slipping down the hill. Okay, I'm going to try to cut that standing up here on the flat ground. There's a big gap there. That chainsaw is heavy. I might be able to slide down the hill and brace my foot against the tree. I could try that. That's how I was cutting the limbs off with the handsaw. I put it in the tree there. Yeah, and I cut my finger with the handsaw. Yeah, careless me. That one's gonna be more typical. I think I'm gonna notch it on this side and try to get it to fall that way. But first that one. Let me get that one down first. Yeah, I'll try to cut that one first. If I can stand there to cut it with a chainsaw, that is. Well, you know what? I'm going to cut that one by hand. Yeah, I think that's safer. I got the sandsaw, so let me do it. Yeah, that's just too steep. But if I could, I was basing my foot down there on the tree, so I'll probably cut it off up here. I can always keep that trimmed down if it grows back, which I'm sure it will grow back. That was hard to cut because I had no level place to stand. I kept sliding down the hill, and putting my foot on the tree down there. It was hard to do because that would make me too close to the tree. I couldn't saw if I'm too close to the tree. Anyway, I got it right where I wanted it. Oh, I can see what I can do with this one. I'll notch it on that side. I'll notch it over there. Of course, all the weight's over that way, but if I can get it to start to fall that way, gravity will do the rest. Let me give it a shot. It's going to come down somewhere, I guess. Luckily for me, I got a nice level place there to stand, so that's a lot safer than that one over there. This one I can cut with a chainsaw. I wouldn't even try it with a handsaw. Well, okay, I'm going to cut now. I hope I get it right. Didn't work out the way I planned. I wanted to go that way. I want to go that way. Cut that side first. Yeah, I did. I cut that side. I thought it was going to go that way, but all the way over there. So I'm just going to let it fall onto that tree. Didn't exactly go as planned, but at least it's down. I can still drive up and down the road. I'll clean that up some other time. Oh, I do have to bring the trailer up here this week. Well, on my way out, I'll cut some of them off, and maybe I can push it. If I can cut the ones off over here, I can just push it and let it roll over. That's what I'll try to do. If I have to, I'll cut them by hand with a handsaw. Okay, let's go cut something else. At least I did my objective to cut the trees down. Now I got a wider view there, going down, looking down from up here. Okay. Yeah, I think on my way out, I'll close this gate. But I'm going to open the other gate down there. Let them go in here. Maybe they eat some of these leaves. Yeah, they haven't been in here for, and the ground's dry, so that's not a problem. Yeah, but I'll close the gate on the bridge. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the other east end and see if I can cut some trees there. Yeah, got that elm right here, and a couple of other ones. Yeah, if I can cut the limbs on the back side of that, the one that's holding it up, I should be able to roll it over without cutting it. But I'll let the cattle clean it up a little bit first. Well, at least now I got a nice wide area. Yeah, these trees were blocking my view. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to some other trees. I'm going to close that gate behind me because while I'm cutting trees over there, the cattle might decide to go back down. And I don't want them going through here because the bridge is open. So I'll just close it. The little white bull, he's over there eating on the gate. And everybody else is over here, lounging around. Yeah, they're all here. There's the calf, heifer calf from that one. Yeah, there's my bandage. That's her calf. That's the last calf born this year. There's the milk thief, and that's her mama. But her mama looks like it's gonna have a calf soon by that belly. And I'm gonna take her. I saw her twice. I saw her nursing on that red cow over there. So I'm gonna, and that's her calf. That calf belongs to that red cow, and this calf here is stealing milk from her. Well, it's dragging her down, so I got to move her up to the house and barn, and I'll do that this weekend. Sometime this week. Today's Wednesday, maybe tomorrow. I'll get some corn and move the trailer out here and get them used to going in there again. All I need is to get her. I don't need to get anybody else, but if somebody else has to go to the corral to get that one, I'll do it. And there's Mr. Bully. There's them two. There's them two. Yeah, I haven't. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get rid of the calf eventually. The cow, I'm not so sure about. She's a small cow, so I still might keep her, depending on what kind of calf she has next year. That's it, Bully. Take a load off. Good boy. Hope you give me 5 calves next year too, because I got the 4 cows, and then I got the heifer over there. She should have a calf too. Okay. Okay, everybody in the picture? Okay, that's good enough for me. Well, I got some trees to cut over there. Yeah, somewhere from over there. Or is it over here? I don't know, somewhere over there. And I got a tree and a stump to cut out over here. On the other side up there. I'll do that. I'll do that first. That looks like it's the easiest one to cut. And I'm gonna sharpen my chainsaw first. And then, but first I gotta turn the fence off. case I need. Yeah, I'll do that first. Okay, turn the fence off before I start cutting. I'm gonna be cutting up in there to the right. Well, I decided to back up a little bit. Hopefully I'm too close to what I'm cutting. I'm gonna cut that stump out first. And I'm gonna cut that tree out. Or I'll cut the tree out first, then the stump. I don't know, one or the other. That tree is dead, so I'm gonna try to cut it as close as I can to the ground. Side view, front view. That's that branch I was in yesterday. I can see the stump better now with the sun on it, right there. That's the stump I gotta cut off. It ain't much, but it's enough to ruin a tire, I think. And then I gotta cut that tree right there in the middle. It's not very big. I don't think it'll fall this way. I'm gonna try to make it fall toward the pond. Okay, let's sharpen this saw a little bit more. I use a shovel. I dug around the stump so I can get it down a little lower. Then I'll cover it back up when I'm done, after it's cut off. At least I'll cut it down enough to drive over it. On this one, as long as I can get it flat enough to drive over it. Plus I'll cover it up with some dirt. Okay. Guess I get the chainsaw running again. I was cutting on that one. I can smell the sassafras. Oh, it smells good. Smells good. That's from the bark. I don't know what kind of tree that was, that stump, but it's reddish looking. I'm not sure. Could be a wild cherry. I'm not sure, but there's a stump over here. I can drive over that, no problem. I'll cover it up with dirt anyway. But the other one surprised me. Yeah, I don't know what that wood is. Guess it could be sassafras, but I don't think so. This one surprised me. I was cutting my notch, and it was hollow. I wonder how far up the hollow goes. And I did something else I didn't plan on. The wire that I had going down to that fence, the tree fell on it. I got the wire out from underneath the tree, right here, but now it came off the insulator. I'll need to get my ladder in, put it back up. Fence is off, so that works out okay. And I still have to cut the rest of that stump off. Fence goes up there, goes over, down, and then tied to there. So I gotta put the insulator's still good. It just came undone. I just have to tie it back up. Now, before I start the chainsaw up again, I want to see how far the hollow goes. I might save that hollow log. I was wrong. I thought this tree was dead. It's still alive. Still got green branches. Yeah, it's still alive. Sassafras. Yeah, the bark smells better than the limbs. Yeah, it's hollow. I'm going to cut it off right here, and then I'm going to save that hollow log. I could make a drum out of it. That'd be cool. Yeah, it's easier to cut a short stump than it is the whole tree. Yeah, that's why I cut. I'm going to do the same thing on the other trees I'm going to cut. I cut it up a little higher, easier for me, and then the short stump I can cut it off. It'll easier to handle when it's short. And that log, I cut it off up there. I'm taking that home. Yeah, that's cool. I never had a hollow log like that. I can make a drum out of it. I wonder if I should take the bark off first. Yeah, we'll see. It's still green. Part of it's still green because it had live branches on it. I thought it was rotten because of the way the bark was coming off, but there must be some of that bark must be alive on the other side because it grew up tree. But squirrels must have been using it. Yeah, I think, or not. But it's rotten. But it's the outer is still good, the shell. So I'm gonna keep it. If nothing else, I'll just keep it as a memento. Okay, I got one more job here. I'm gonna try to attach that wire up there again. I think the last time I had to use, I backed the truck. I backed the truck up to here, but I'm gonna try it with the ladder. If I can't, I can always use the truck. I don't know if I can reach that far. Maybe I'll use the truck. It's easier. I didn't need the truck. I got it with the step ladder. I got the wire up again. Goes over there. It didn't come apart, did it? No, I think it's good. Anyway, this is a lot easier to drive through here than going around that tree. Between those other two trees there. That's what I had to do, go through between those two. Now I don't have to. I can go. I'm gonna take the short log too, the hollow log. Take them hollow log on the truck, pitch that, and cover the holes up, cover the stumps up with dirt, and then I'll be done. Then I'm going to drive out of here. I'm not going to go this way yet. I'm going to go back out that way because I want to back down into there. Back down into there because I got trees to cut there too. At least one, if not more. That end is not hollow, more solid. But I could send a pitchfork all the way down the whole thing, and then it bottoms out right about there. So I'm going to cut it off there or a little further back. Yeah, I just want the hollow part. Yeah, it's not. It's sort of solid in the middle, but it's partly crumbly. But the wood is thicker on this end. The hollow part was on the bottom. But I said, wherever the hollow was, I made it an extra foot just to make sure it stayed together. Okay, I changed my mind about something else. I'm going to go drive through there instead of backing up over there. That's stupid. I can just drive through here now that I got a clear path. Drive down and then park farther out, so any tree I cut won't fall on my truck. Yeah, okay, let's do that. I could go out this way, but I'm going to back up and go the way I just cleared. Okay, now I'm facing the right way. It's on the right that I just cleared. We can do it one-handed. I got to turn. I got to make a wider turn, but I can make it. If I had two hands, I probably would have made it better. Yeah, I can still make it. A lot better than the other way. Ooh, that was close. On my right side. A little bumpy there, but I made it. Let's go to this leaning tree real quick. I think I'll cut this tree out too. That one there. My main goal is to cut the tree on the right for sure. And if I can lower the fence down out of the way, I want to cut them off too, without ruining the fence. We'll see what I can do there. At least I'll cut this one and this one over here. This one here. It's close to that gate. It interferes with my turn. I need to cut that one. I need both hands to steer this thing, go through there. It's a tight fit. That's why I gotta cut that one. I got the glare on me. Yeah, I cut that one out. I just barely squeaked by with that mirror. It's going to be gone here pretty soon. I'm going to pull up past the culvert so nothing will fall on my truck. Okay, I'm going to cut that one first. And if I feel like it, and that, cut that one and that one up there for sure. And after I cut them two, I'll think about cutting them. I'm going to cut it. I'm not going to cut it all to the ground right away. I'm going to cut it off here. I'm going to try to get it to fall that way, toward the left, over that way, if I can't. It looks like it's leaning that way. Anyway, and then once I cut the main tree down, then I can cut the stump off. I guess I'll dig around that stump too. I got him. Oh, shoot. I forgot to cut the stump. Okay, I forgot about that. I cut it in half there. Cut that one off too. I gotta carry them out of the way. I think I'm gonna carry this log up here as a guide so I don't go too far, because that log there kind of sank. Yeah. Them posts didn't hold it up very good. Actually, I probably need a stronger support there. This side's doing pretty good. This way the water comes in, it goes out that way. Anyway, I'm gonna wait for a while. I'm gonna clear out the road and move that log up to here if it ain't too heavy. Okay, sun's getting low. The bull and red cow, they came over here to get a drink. Yeah, they still walk across the dam, which is okay, as long as they don't go down the pond dam with their walk. They can go in from this side and over here. Well, here they can't no more because of that tree fell. Right there. Oh, he's rubbing his head on that sassafras tree I cut down over there. Okay, back to work. I'm gonna drag that log over to here. Yeah, I got the stump cut off. I got a plan for that. And the stump that I had up there, I got a plan for that one too. I drug that log from there up to here, just as another visual so I can see the edge. And I brought the sassafras one over on top of that one. But I got some work to do here first. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. Use those stumps. First that big one. Lift up this end. Yeah, that looks a lot better. One of these days I need to get some buckets and get some of that dirt and fill in these holes on the side here. But that looks pretty good. I put that other big tree on top of it, just as a like a guardrail on a bridge. Yeah, that's such. I wouldn't hurt to raise that up a little bit too. Yeah, at least it's level with the board anyway, not the log, but the board or the railroad tie. I cut that tree out. At least I can drive over that if I have to. But I need some more dirt here too. Yeah. I also want this fence to go that way, but it's getting too late to do them, I think. I was thinking about if I can get this one down. Well, what am I going to do with the fence? It's already pretty tight. I can take the insulators off. But I need to, how am I going to push the fences down? I'd have to almost tie one end and tie them down there, I guess, since that's the closest. I don't really want to do that, but we'll see. I got more room now. Since that tree's gone, I got more room to turn this way. So I think I'll leave it alone for now. But eventually I do want to cut these 3 out. And them little small ones too. Yeah. Just because I want to move the fence more that way. Yeah. Not today. It's getting too late, so I guess I'm done for today. I did what I set out to do. Yeah. At least I think I'll get done before dark, before the sun goes down now, today. Oh, the air's getting cool now. Let's see. A little reflection there of the sun in the water. Yeah, it's getting late. I can already tell where this tree was, that dark spot. There was some kind of a hollow spot in it, and it was full of water, and it made a stain. Anyway, let's look at it from the other position. That's the road I made today. Over there, I cut a tree out and a stump out over there. Yeah, that's how I can go in and out now. Instead of trying to go through those 2 trees, yeah, which is very tight. Yeah, I can just swing around and go out that way. Okay. I thought maybe I'd see some deer coming into the woods here, like I did the other day. Really quiet now. I don't feel any wind. There is a little wind breeze, but not much. I don't see no deer. I saw the cattle down in there earlier. I see something in there. Let me go take a look. I see the sun going down. I think it was just a tree. I don't see nothing down in there. When I come around this corner, I don't have to worry about that tree. And I don't have to worry about that tree. Yeah, I could use some more dirt through here. Yeah, if I hire the mini excavator guy again for something, I'll have him come back here and take some more of that dirt there and put it on this side. That side's pretty good, but I need some more over here. Yeah, it's a little low over there. I can use a bucket and shovel to get some dirt right up against there and up against there. But it's too much to do that for this. I could get my brother with his bucket. He could do it. But then I got to pay him. And I guess I don't want to owe him too much either. I think if I was to take all the fence off all the insulators, I could probably get it lower, a lot lower. Yeah, be less tension on it. Yeah, but that's for another day. Yeah, because I'd like to cut these out. At least them 3 big ones, and them 2 little ones too. Oh, wait, I'm gonna leave that one. Oh, I might even dig that one up. That's a nice white oak. I like that one. That's smaller. Another white oak. I might transplant them somewhere. I could use a better tree right near the house. Yeah, that's a white oak. That reminds me, that's the kind of tree my dad's parents had in front of their house. Great big one. Look, I think it was just like that, except it was giant. The trunk was as big around as that. I remember that tree. I used to climb it all the time. Yeah, I ain't cutting that one out. Or that one. I'm going to try to get them out of here. But I need to cut these 3 big ones out and the dead one for sure. That way the fence can go back a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know, that was pretty big to transplant. Yeah. Yeah. That one ain't though, that little one. Yeah. I'm thinking it's a white oak. I could be wrong. But anyway, I'll work on this some other time. Yeah, that's white oak. You can tell by the bark. That one too. That one I can transplant easy. Still got a few leaves on this one. I don't know where I'm going to put it, but it's nice to have it somewhere. I don't know. I guess I'll just leave this bigger one. It's too big to dig up. Okay, that's all. It's all out here. Let's go home. Okay. Sun's getting low and I want to go home. I just have to turn the fence back on and go out the way I came. Oh, I'm going to leave the pasture road open to the cattle. Just the gate on the bottom, not the gate on top. Okay. Yeah, 4:22. p.m. Sun's going to go down in a few minutes. Let's go. Yeah, easy to get through there. I should have got a longer culvert though. The truck barely fits through there. Yeah. I forget how long that was. I can't remember. 10 foot? 10 foot? Yeah, because I bought a 20-footer. I cut it in half to make 10 foot because the other half is up there by the house at the bottom of the orchard. Yeah, that's what I did. I think I did that this spring. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'm done. Like I said, I still like to cut those 3 sassafras trees off the fence there. That way I can push the fence back just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's really not in my way anymore since I got that tree moved. Where that white sawdust is, that's where the tree was. Okay, let's go home. Let's go home. Yeah, sun's low. What happened to my phone? Is the truck that crooked? Okay. Oh, look how big that belly is of that mama cow. Way in the back. Right in the middle. Way in the back. So this is a cow and her calf up front here. And that milk thief from the mama cow's calf from this year. That milk thief in the middle in front of her. I'm going to be moving her so by this weekend, hopefully. I think tomorrow I got to go buy some corn. Buy some corn and move the trailer up to the corral. Okay, let's go home. Yeah, the sun's getting low. Look at the sunlight. Okay. Take it easy, cattle. You got enough hay until Friday. Or maybe Saturday. Saturday I'm going to be hauling that calf. So... maybe I shouldn't feed him. until after. Maybe I should get the calf first and then feed them hay. Okay. Anyway, I'll worry about that later. Let's go. Look at the sun shining down into that branch. Way down in there. Okay. Let's go. Oh, let's go take a look at my view. Did I cut up? Yeah, I'll put the trailer up there tomorrow maybe. I can't see. I can't see. There it is. There's that gap. Yeah. I cut them trees out. It helps. Don't forget to open the gate. Even though I can't hardly see. Okay. Yeah, I can get around that tree. I'll have to come back and cut that up one of these days. Okay, let's go. Let's get around this tree. I'll work on that some other time. I could squeeze by. Cracked the paint a little bit, but I got by. There it is. There's the sun going down. I turn the fence back on the north fence. Wait, there! Not the only one? Oh no! A whole bunch of them over there. That's the same group I saw the other day. That's the same group yesterday. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Are they jumping into those weeds? No, they're right here in the ditch. They're on my side of the fence, I think. Oh, that's how they break my. There they go. Jump. There's one more. I got it. He's on. He got stuck. I can't tell. Is he? Huh. That's how they tear my fence up. That's how they tear my fence up. Yeah, they came in over here. I'm pretty sure. They come in over here. They come through that way. They were probably going to head toward me, toward the road, going up or going to the other bottom, like they did yesterday and the day before that. Oh look, there's my shadow. There's my shadow. Yeah. Another thing. Look at that. I left I left my tester on the fence on this side, that little black thing, on that first T-post. And on the other post, the gate post, I left my knife and my spool of wire. Yeah. But I didn't feel like coming back for them. Yeah, they come through here. Yeah. I gotta wreck my fence again. This fence is off here. Fence by the road. I better check it, make sure it's working. Let's do this different. That's as far as I can go. Okay, that's all the sunset I got today. Better go. Oh, that's right. I was gonna open the gate down there. Let the cattle in there eat them trees I cut. I would have closed the bridge gate too. I got to open that gate halfway and drive a stop in and hold it. That way the cattle can come in here. I got the gate closed on top of the road. I don't want them walking through, but they can walk up and eat on them trees I cut if they choose to. And I got another glimpse of the sunset. That's going to be the last of the sunset, I think. That's a good one. Hardly anything in my way. Oh, there is something I wanted to show you. I just remembered. I saw it when I was watching my videos from yesterday. Hope there's enough light to see it. Sun just went down. I just barely see the tip of it. Right there. Look at all the jets tonight. Look at that. One going that way, one going east. One's going south. And up there, the top one is going southeast. Yeah. I guess the shutdown didn't stop all the planes, huh? Yeah. Oh well. Didn't affect me because I didn't go. I'm not going anywhere for a while, if ever. Yeah. Too much of a hassle to travel. Only reason I went to the Philippines is because of my wife. She wanted to go, and I couldn't let her go by herself. Sometimes she did, but I couldn't get off work. But if I could get off, I went with her to help her out. Oh, there's another one. There's another one going northwest. And then, don't know where that one was going, but it's got a long trail across there. Yeah. Anyway, it's getting dark. I better get going. This camera, I noticed this camera don't, the camera on this phone doesn't catch as much light when it gets after sunset. But the my Canon camera seems like that will last a little longer. Oh yeah, it's really getting dark now. Let's go. More deer out there. I saw two of them. Let me get closer. Oh, they saw me. I'm trying to hide behind this tree. Yeah, I see two. I see two. There's two deer out there. I guess they lost the other group. There's probably some more. I don't think this is part of the other group. The other group went. Yeah, there they go. There they go. I can see their flags. Tails are up in the air when they run. Okay. Okay, that's done. Yeah, the other cattle, they came in through here. I think they were going to go out that way, but when I come down the road, I kind of scared them, and then they all jumped over my fence here, and then they jumped over my fence over there too. So I have test to make sure the fence is on. Yeah, I'm running out of light. Oh, I got to close this gate and hook up the fence. I got the fence going across that way. They don't power that one. I don't have power going to that. It just goes so it goes from there across the pond, across the creek, along that one top wire, around the post, and then over, and then this will electrify that fence that goes there to the gate and up the road. Yeah, take some of the strain off the north fence. Okay, let's close this gate now since cattle are coming in. Cattle can come in here now. You know what? If the cattle are going to, I better turn this fence on. Yeah, I just thought of that. Okay, now when I hook up the fence on the other side of the bridge, it's going to electrify that down there too. That fence down there in the corner, because and that's because I'm letting the cattle come in here. That's why I'm closing the gate too. You know, they can come through that gate over there. I opened it halfway. They can still come in down to the pond, but they can go. What is that? What is that? I gotta go find out what that is. There's something in the creek there, in the sand. The cold air sinking. It's coming out. The cold air is starting to creep in. Let's turn this fence on here. Before I want to check the fence first. See if those deer, damaged anything. Well, this fence is working good. Even before I hooked it up, and after I hooked it up, so it's working good. So the deer didn't hurt nothing. And I got that gate closed, so the cattle could go in there now. They can eat a little grass, but mostly I want them to go up the road. Yeah, there's something down there. I got to go in and look. They can go up the road now and eat on those trees that I cut down. There's some leaves left on them. I'll close the gate when I go through, but I'm going to go in the other gate now and check something in the creek. I know what this is. This is that white silage plastic wrap. Yeah. Floated downstream from up there where the neighbor who has cattle there, he used a lot of that white plastic wrap for his alfalfa and grass and other kind of grass hay that he raises. So that's what I saw from the bridge. That stuff. I don't think the cattle eat it. Okay. I'm done. Just enough light to see by. Now the cattle can go in there. They can eat a little bit of that grass. Yeah. And they can go up there and eat on those cedar trees, and there's a little strip there on the top of that hill where they can hang out and rub on the trees. So, because I got that gate open now, they can go in and out. But I want them to go in there to eat those trees I cut down, or at least clean them up a little bit before I work on them again. Okay. Yeah, the sun's been down for a while now. Let's go back to the truck and go home. Gate's closed. Yeah, that's where all these deer were on this side here. Either they came out this way, or I know some of them were across the thing. I guess they all jumped over the fence. But that's where I had two black ends on those separate posts. They were knocked off. Yeah, I put them back on yesterday. Okay, I'm going home. I've done enough today. Okay, let's go home. Let's try the brights. Something rattling around in my back on my bed. Must be them logs. Yeah, must be the logs. What do we got here? Got a house? Alright. I guess I better check the mail. Well, it got cold there after the sun went down. Boy, it was cold. That cold air was sinking too, down into the bottom. Yeah, it's always colder in the bottom. Okay. No sunset here. It's all. It was out when I was in the pasture. Okay. Let's see. What am I doing tomorrow? Oh, I'm gonna get corn, I think, and set up the trailer. Yeah. That's the plan, I guess. Get some ground corn at the feed store, and move the trailer to the big pasture, or to the corral. All right, I think that's it for today. That's all. 5 o'clock, or 5:06. Yeah, the temperature dropped after the sun went down. 5:45 p.m., 54 degrees.